Lloyd and I have been hosting a show on the weekend called When Retirement Happens, because retirement is going to happen at some point. Are you going to be ready? Kevin Lloyd joins us every Thursday to have a little conversation. Good morning, Kevin Lloyd.
Good morning, McGraw. Good morning, Kelly.
Hi, Kevin.
You've been having these tax seminars. You had another one last night. How'd it go?
We did. We had another one last night. Had pretty much a full house. Had lots and lots of questions. You know, usually I'm done within an hour and 15 minutes. I think I stayed for an extra hour or so answering questions afterwards because, I think people are starved for tax information. They say, hey, my guy, my gal isn't talking to me about taxes. In fact, they tell me to go talk to my accountant. I said, I know, that's what but they always say that. It's like, I don't know if we go through this training school and they just say, hey, just when you don't know an answer, just say, go see your accountant.
How many timeshare condos did you sell last night?
I sold out. I don't have any left. And if my kids are listening in right now, they're probably saying, "You got rid of my Disney trip." No, kids, I did not get rid of the Disney trip.
But that's the thing about these seminars. They're just a good, solid hour of great information. And you're right. I've been to these seminars, and people are starved for this information because there's nobody else explains it to them the way you explain it to them. You don't learn everything, but you certainly learn that there is a different way, and that taxes in retirement are completely different than when you're working.
They are. Taxes are completely different inside of retirement. And I just think that we should have a plan to try to mitigate them as much as possible. Taxes are complicated. I got a book about 400 pages with extremely small type where you need a magnifying glass just to read it, just of all the new tax law changes. And if it's that much in just one book just on the changes, imagine how big that book would be for all the codes. It's complicated, but what we try to do is take the complicated and make it very simple for people to understand at all of these workshops, because you don't have to really know it, but you do have to, I think, know that there are solutions out there, and I'm finding people doing things and paying more tax than they should just because their advisor has never really understood it. And I would go on to say that I think a lot of tax professionals as well don't go on to show us how to mitigate taxes in the future. They just talk about the past.
The other interesting thing, too, is when you go to your accountant to talk about taxes, your accountant doesn't tell you how to avoid paying taxes on your Social Security. You do that because people are paying taxes where they don't have to be paying taxes on their Social Security. You explain to people how to avoid paying taxes when it comes to Social Security.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a guy that came in actually last night, and he had questions about Social Security. He's like, look, I'm not paying tax on Social Security. Look at my math here. And I said, well, based on your math, you actually are paying tax here because you're going to pay like $1,400. He's like, no, that's not right. I said, yeah, let me show you how this works in provisional income. But, the numbers with you have and what you're doing, you're not going to pay tax. But your numbers, the way you had it, you did it wrong. But let me show you how it's done right, and this is how you can do it. And he's like, oh, yeah, that really helped.
Right.
And I think that's all it is if we can educate people about taxes, about retirement, they can make an informed decision for themselves. And I'll always say that if you don't have a tax plan, you don't have a financial plan.
It's really true. We made got to be one of the scariest things to outlive your money, right? I mean, that's got to be the worst fear when it comes to retirement.
The last thing I want to do is run out of money before I run out of life. I want to be able to enjoy it as much as possible. And if I found that I was paying tax for the last 10, 15, 20 years and I didn't have to, that there was actually a strategy to mitigate them, to completely eliminate them, man, I'd be a little upset with my financial advisor. See, I don't think it's the person's fault for not knowing this, okay? I blame the financial advisors that don't know it and act as if they're doing a financial plan and they're making their clients pay tax. And even this weekend show, McGraw, we're going to talk about some of the mistakes that I've seen financial advisors make where it cost the client thousands of dollars in tax penalties because the advisors made mistakes.
When's the next tax seminar?
Well, the next tax seminar, and we actually have space, not a whole lot, and we're pushing it out about 1 month. It's October 9th at 6 p.m. at my office here at 40 and 141. And then we also have one next week, but it's full. So if somebody's coming next week to our 19th or September 19th workshop, get here early because it is really full. And you want to get a seat. I always say you want to get a seat up front so that way you can see what's going on.
Yeah. All right. So the next tax seminar, October 9th at 6 p.m., you need to reserve your spot. It's no cost, no obligation. And again, he's not selling you his timeshare condo because the kids want it. 314-641-1010. 314-641-1010. If you are within 5 years of retirement, you need to go talk to Kevin Lloyd. Kevin, have a good day. We'll talk to you later.
Thank you, McGraw. They can also go online to whenretirementhappens.com.
You got it. Thanks.